So, what is adultery? So, if you look up at Collins Dictionary or Oxford Dictionary, or if you do a normal Google search, you will see that they say that adultery is that a married man commits adultery when he has sex with a woman outside of the marriage, outside of the wedlock. And when you see our dictionary, the dictionary that the lawyers ought to follow, the Black's Law Dictionary, it says that it's a voluntary sexual intercourse of a married person with a person other than the offender's husband or a wife. Now, please note this particular definition that Black's Law Dictionary has given, because I'll take up this at the end of the session. It's relevant while we discuss the judgment of Joseph Shine versus Union of India. Now, if we come down to how the Indian law has defined adultery, be it in criminal law or in civil law we'll take up later after we finally discussed how the decriminalization of Section 497 has happened. Section 497 says that whoever has sexual intercourse with a person who he believes or has reason to believe is the wife of another man without that person's consent or connivance has committed the act of adultery, and he'll be given imprisonment for a term which may probably extend to 5 years with fine and imprisonment. So, what we see while we read Section 497, or while after we read the commentary to Section 497, is that it is very restricted and it has a very limited scope to it, because it says that adultery is only committed by a man, okay, who has sexual intercourse with the wife of another man, without that man's consent and connivance. And the wife cannot be an abettor in this case. She cannot be held as an adulterer or adulteress or an abettor. Rather, she'll be called a victim in this case. Now, when we have read out what Section 497 of the Indian Penal Code of 1860 is, we need to also understand what Section 198 of Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 is also. Because you see, I mean, I don't have to tell you that IPC is a substantive law and CRPC is a procedural law. So whatever you do and that is an offense under IPC, you will be held liable, or the prosecution or the proceedings will be initiated by through these sections of CRPC. So chapter 20 of the IPC deals with all the offenses, all the matrimonial offenses, where 497 is also a part of it. And to understand the prosecution for these offenses, we go to Section 198 of CRPC. For our relevancy here and for our understanding here, the important subsection of Section 198 is subsection 2. Now, what subsection 2 tells you is that who is an aggrieved person when there is an offense committed either under Section 497 of IPC or 498 of IPC. Now, 498 of IPC is to, to entice or take away or detain with criminal intent somebody's a married woman, somebody's wife. So 498 is not really our concern. Our concern is 497. And who would be an aggrieved person in the offense under Section 497 for adultery is the husband. So subsection 2 of 198 says that the aggrieved person is husband, and he can approach the court of law to represent his case, or to have proceedings initiated against the adulterer. Now, what happens if there is the husband is absent? What happens in that case? So they said that the aggrieved person will be the person who has the care of the woman. Okay, now what this person will have to do is that he will have to take permission from the court and say that, I am going to represent this case on behalf of the husband. And once the permission of the court is given, then he or she becomes the aggrieved person in the case of adultery. Now you've understood what adultery is under Section 497, how Section 198(2) of CRPC defines an aggrieved person.